Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ascension Astrology. My name is Janet Hickox, and I'm the astrologer.
My name's Kornelia Stephanie, and I'm the life coach.
An Ascension alchemist, or what did we?
Ascension Guide, radio host, co-creator of Heaven on Earth, you name it. It's just, we're constantly adding on, reinventing ourselves.
Right.
When it comes down to it, I'm Kornelia. Right? When it comes down to it, that's who I am.
When it comes right down to it, I'm Janet. I guess that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah, and this is a beautiful day.
It is. It's been a gorgeous day. I'm so glad that you all found us over here on Ascension and Astrology's Facebook page. I put a note this morning on the Living Astrology Facebook page where we had been broadcasting from that we would be over here today. So hopefully you all find us. If you don't, it's okay, because when I get the video produced, I'll send it over to both channels and you guys will eventually get it that we're over here.
So this is where we're going to be doing our live shows now. And we were going to do it on YouTube Live, but then we decided that we're going to just do Facebook Live, right?
Right.
So what we'd love for you to do is for you to like, share, and subscribe, however, to our YouTube channel, because we want to build that channel. And so if you find it valuable, the content that we're sharing here and the information that we're sharing and the love and everything that we're putting out, love for you to engage with us and also like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Right.
Is that going to be listed there?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah. Can we put that in the link here?
I can.
So
if I go to YouTube, I've got to do a quick little search because it always takes me to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Ascension and Astrology. Hold on. Got to scroll. Our little episodes show up, but I want the one. Here we go. Oh, we're moving up in the world. We have 22 subscribers.
22, powerful number. Yay. Awesome.
So we're building, people. We're building.
Okay, cool.
Oops, I almost.
That's a master builder too. 22.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. And if you are listening to this or watching the video, you've got the link right there that you can click on and follow to the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you for remembering that, because I would have totally forgotten to do that. So once you do that and we start getting more and more people, maybe we could just decide to do it on YouTube instead. But for right now,
we're going to start here.
We have
to start somewhere.
Yeah, we have to start somewhere, and we're starting right here with you all on Facebook. So how's everybody doing? I can't see that there's a lot of people here because I see Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
And I see maybe that's Rebecca and Debbie. Still Debbie. Sometimes I can see people and sometimes I can't. But if you're out there and you're listening, check in with us. Let us know how you're doing. How did you feel yesterday so it was 2:59 p.m. when the spring equinox hit. That's West Coast time. So that would have been 5:59 for those on the East Coast. And then not about 3 hours after that was the full moon. It was at 6:43 p.m. West Coast time. So 9:43 p.m. East Coast time. So literally we didn't see the full moon here because it was still light.
Yeah.
But once it rose, it was magnificent. It was a super moon. I had totally forgotten it was a super moon. And I'm looking at this thing rising going, oh my God, it's huge. And I had to go check and see, and definitely it was a super moon. And yesterday afternoon, Kornelia, it was so weird because all day I was sort of sluggish, not like tired feeling, but just not finding, a path to do anything. I felt sort of like I was in a cleanup stage, right? Doing this or that. And long about 3:30, I got a creative burst. And I went on to my Teachable platform and I started really building the astrology course that I'm putting together for everybody. And I got really great ideas about how I wanted it to be set up. And I'm like, wow, why didn't this happen earlier? And then I looked at the clock and went, I walked through the gateway. the portal, right? The new portal of new creation, the 0 degrees Aries point, which is what happens on the spring equinox or the fall equinox if you're in the land down under. And also it at 0 degrees Aries begins the new year, the astrological new year.
Yeah.
So
But isn't it also 0 degree Libra right now with the Libra full moon?
The moon was at 0 Libra and the sun at 0 Aries. So they're exactly opposing one another.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
That is, and the beautiful thing about the Aries, I've been really thinking about this.
Mhm.
The Aries, as you know, I'm an Aries rising.
Mhm.
So for me, that fire was really starting to ignite.
Yes,
Last night, right?
Burn.
Is really, and one of the things and what does the Aries represent? Aries is
Action.
Action.
Forward momentum, adventure, boldness.
I
courage.
am.
Yes, it is I am.
It is I am. And then a lot of people right now are really being asked to focus on the I am.
Look at Debbie said she had a dream she was giving birth last night. It was so real. It woke me up.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting when you're at a portal and you're at a 0 degrees, a new year, and at a full moon.
And giving birth, and it's true, you are giving birth to yourself. You're giving birth to your new self.
Yeah.
Right? Wow. So we are, again, I am,
Mm-hmm.
the energy of I am, and we're being really asked to focus on I am, on on ourselves.
Not only that, but the sun is still conjunct Chiron, and Chiron is in at 0 degrees Aries, 1 degree, somewhere between 0 and 1 degrees, is exposing the wound in the self for all of us, our identity, our self-acceptance or lack of it, our ability to really stay in the I am presence, to be that presence, to live from that point. So we're kind of getting a glimpse at what some of the work is that is up underway for us as the year goes on, as the year really kicks off, the astrological year, not the new year, but the astrological new year. So it's all about the I am.
Right. It's all about the I am. And,
Mhm.
and again, bringing that into balance,
Mhm.
right? Bringing it into balance where before we may have put other people before us, which is a kind of habitual thing for Libras to do. Is they really they put other people. It's always the other first instead of themselves. So that's the part to bring in the balance, is really bringing in the I am, is really helping us do that now.
Yep.
To really focus on ourselves and not be distracted by other things, and bring that energy, whatever is important to us right now, whether that's our physicality, our health, our business, our work. It's been really hard for me because this past week, like I told you, it's been hard because we've had company here at the house. And so it's been, there've been so many different distractions, and trying to find my balance and trying to find my footing has just been,
especially when you're used to working by yourself and having all the space to yourself.
Yeah. And so, then it messed up my flow, and not to get pissed, right?
Yeah.
Not to get pissed off that it messed up my flow. Oh,
it's all right.
Okay.
We're bright and shiny.
So yeah, it's been interesting. How was your day today?
My day was super stellar. I mean, I haven't shared this with many people, and my friend Debbie out here does know that I had a scare, I guess you could say, a couple of weeks back when I went to have my annual, checkup, and my doctor said, "You've never had a mammogram. You need to go get that done." And I went, might as well, right? My insurance covers it 100%. Why not? So I went and I got a letter in the mail the day after, and I got a phone call the Monday after saying, "We need you to come back here because we see something in your left breast and we need to rule out cancer," essentially is what they're saying, even though they don't come right out and say that. That's what they intimated. And but they couldn't get me in for 2 weeks. And so I've been sitting for 2 weeks with my mind trying to play with this idea of having cancer, and knowing that it is my choice, that I could have chosen, that with my thoughts, I could choose to manifest this, or I could choose not to manifest this. And it was a battle. I mean, there's no other way to describe it except a battle, because I think immediately when someone says, this is, we see this and we need to have a look at this, that your imagination gets kind of running and runs away with you. And I tried not to speak it to anybody. So I tried not to say anything to anybody about it, not even my own family, because I thought that would energize it, right? I didn't want to energize it. But I also knew I was waking up in the middle of the night and my first thought was going to it. And I was like, oh God, Janet, you got to do something about this. You cannot be sitting here telling people that you have the control over your thoughts and then have your thoughts being in control of you around something that you don't even know. That was the thing I didn't know. There was no diagnosis. It was we got to see this again, come on in. And so it was a pretty powerful lesson in mind, right? I had to purposely put my thoughts on other things. I would make sure when I went to bed at night that I would think thoughts about my kids or how thankful I was for whatever I had, and purposely getting my mind away from that. And then today I went back to the doctor and it is gone. Whatever it was he saw in the x-ray isn't there anymore. And so I got a clean bill of health. So relief. I'm also just sort of gobsmacked. I feel a little bit like, how after you're at a party and you're all excited and, and the what is that, adrenaline wears off. That's what I feel like. The adrenaline has worn off and left me with this. I mean, I do feel good, but I just feel like that adrenaline dropped off. So that's been my last couple of weeks. And with the full moon, it's in completion now, right? That part's done and I can move on.
With a clean bill of health, with a clean bill of health, with a new beginning, with yeah.
You know what it did for me though? It gave me a lot of, is it sympathy? No, it's compassion for people who, I'm sure you get this too. A lot of people will come to us and they'll say, my mind just keeps running and running and running. And it seems very flippant and very easy to say, you are in control of your thoughts. And, who's thinking your thoughts, right? You are. So change what you're thinking about. And now to me, it seems sort of flippant to say that, because having gone through this struggle, I realize how difficult it is to corral your thoughts. But it starts with the process of hearing what's going on in your head, recognizing what those thoughts are, and then choosing what you do with that thought.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, it's like the other thing that's really helpful, whatever challenge anyone is facing during a time like that, is to write a mantra. That's one of the things that I do with myself, or I do this for my clients, is we write a mantra that is true, that is really true, and a mantra that you want to subscribe to, that is true for you. And so then you have that go-to mantra every time when those thoughts come up, because they will come up. You will be tested. Are you going to go back down the rabbit hole, or are you going to ascend and rise up into the reality that you want to create?
I can't believe I didn't think of mantra.
Right. And that's the thing, is that to write that mantra and then repeat that mantra and have it as a go-to continuously over the time period, right? Yeah. But it's just like, I told you that day when you told me about this, I told you we had just done a show, I think it was 2 weeks before, when I was telling you that I canceled my appointment with cancer.
You did.
And I was talking about exactly that, that it's like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing this. But there was a reason why you heard that story.
And it was the very next day that I got the letter.
Was it?
Yeah, the very next day.
Wow. So isn't that synchronicity playing full out? It's really amazing. Here we are. I love what you said today, that, you said that with all of this, you felt like you weren't walking your talk. Here you are, teaching consciousness, a higher level of consciousness, right?
Yep.
And then when you're being asked to walk it, we feel like frauds. I mean, you feel like a fraud because it's like, oh my gosh, can I make it through this?
Right.
And the level and the energies that we're being faced with continuously, cut yourself some slack because we're being asked to do so much in so many different dimensions and so many different levels continuously. It's like, that's why having that inner peace, having the inner peace is so, so important so that you can continuously keep tuning into yourself, feeling at peace. Like you said, you're thinking about your children, you're feeling grateful for the things that you have, and you're conscious of that. And most of the time, when we're challenged, whether it's we're challenged financially or whether it is we're challenged with a health challenge
Challenging.
or a relationship challenge, that's when it's really, when we're really being asked to step out of that creation and create something better.
Yep. I mean, everything you're saying is absolutely true. I just realized, though, how powerful our thoughts are. I mean, obviously, they're controlling everything. In terms of creation, what are our thoughts focused on is driving the creation. And damn, just some hard work there, right? It feels very lonely too. There was that element that I can't escape, that there was this loneliness in the contemplation that I had a problem.
Well, and then also, when you're the loneliness, like one of the things, I do in my daily membership, right? I write every day. And one of the things that I was writing in this past week that we're clearing is codependency.
That's Libra,
right?
That's the negative.
Yeah, right. Is that codependency. So we're clearing that, and we're becoming 100% self-reliant, 100% self-sustaining, 100% nourished by the light, without the codependency. So that is lonely. That is doing this, because how else are you going to be able to do it if you can't do it yourself on your own?
Yeah. You see, part of that journey too is you really don't want to talk too much about it, because that energizes it.
Totally.
Right. So, for a long time, I just did not want to empower that to be a reality. So,
and it's really good that you kept it to yourself. This is one of my principles and practices. I'm very private when it comes to, things like that. When I went through health challenges or different things, I was very careful with who I shared what with, like in my inner circle, simply because I know how powerful people are. And I don't know where their filter is going to be. Is their filter and their consciousness going to really support me in my health and my healing? Or are they going to infect my field with worry and doubt and fear and whatever?
Yeah.
And so I'm really private when it comes to that. And even like my friends, the ones that I share it with, please do not share this with anyone else, because I don't need anybody else worried about me. I don't want to put that energy out there, because we're so powerful with our thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's all about the mindset, isn't it? It's about the mindset. Like, what are you going to choose?
And the fact that you would have other people out there worried for you is just energizing it more too.
It's creating a ripple effect of worry and fear. So that's like, nope, I don't want to do that.
My girls, they were great, right? They knew.
Oh.
I mean, obviously your family, I don't think I told my boys. I mean, why would I discuss my breasts with my boys, right? But the girls, I said, don't wait. When you are 50 or the first time your doctor says get a mammogram, do it, because it's so that much better to have that calm and that ease. And they were like, Mom, you got this. This isn't even a blip on your screen.
Yeah, I certainly didn't. I certainly didn't think that you had cancer either. I was just like, no way. This is not a reality that you're creating. This is not something that you even want to deal with now. You have other things to
I
deal
have
with.
things
You have
to do,
so
places
many,
to go,
you
people
have
to see.
so many things to do
Yeah,
that there
exactly.
is no way that this is not.
But some of you out there may be struggling with it may not be, a cancer scare. It may not be even a health challenge, but it could be a job challenge. It could be like you said, a relationship challenge or something. And your mind is set loose on it. And, our friends are well-meaning, our families usually, well-meaning, but the minute you share a problem like that, it can become something bigger, energized, if you will, and then draw exactly to you what it is that you're attempting to not have experience of in your life.
Because we know that we're clearing and releasing the negativity.
Yes.
We're clearing and releasing the fear. We're clearing and releasing the doubt, and we're letting go of everything that's no longer serving us. So whenever, whatever challenges we face, we know it's an opportunity to transcend this energy and move higher.
And bring more and more love, self-acceptance, self-love into the
self-love is huge, right?
Mhm.
That self-love's not sabotaging yourself and not dumbing yourself down or, keeping yourself low, but lifting yourself up.
Yeah.
And that's that radical self-love.
Yeah. There's a really fine line in your astrology chart between self-sabotage of the 12th house and self-love in the first house.
Ooh,
Just that your ascendant is that line.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on one side, you can be very much self-sabotaging in fear, finding blocks and resistance and all kinds of, psychological stuff in the dark, right? And then as soon as you cross over the ascendant, you're now in the first house. And depending on what planets you have there, what signs there, etc., you are in the place of self-acceptance and the I am.
The other thing is, what if I would have known that you had this challenge? Not the challenge that you told me that
Yeah.
that you're worried about, that the thoughts that I would have said, hey, let's do an energy clearing session. And also I would have said, let's get the mantra going, and also sit down and journal and get out of your head. Because a lot of times too,
I didn't even think of that either.
right? Because in the head, it's like the thoughts. Let's get it out. Let's do the energy work, because you're an energy worker.
Mhm.
You're not just, that's why. Okay, who are you? Astrologer, energy worker, co-creator of heaven on earth, creating your paradise,
Yep.
new earth, all these things. So you're an energy worker. And then how do you clear the energy?
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to bring peace into this situation, because you mentioned a key word right now, and the key word is resistance.
Mhm.
And so whenever we're in challenge with anything, is if we are in resistance to it, it's just going to intensify and magnify the experience. So the way that's why it's so powerful to journal and do the energy work around it, and to, even if in the situation that you were in, is that what if give yourself the possibility to clear the energy. How would it feel if this was true? And just really move the energy, like go through it, like really, journal it out. So give yourself, the mind, the ego that's so afraid, the opportunity to see it all written out, and take yourself through the process of clearing this energy out, right? And then write yourself a new story.
Yep.
Right?
And in some ways, Cornelia, I was doing that with myself in the behind the scenes. What if they do say, I mean, is it the end of your life? Well, and even if it was, I was okay with that. But you know what I wasn't okay with, and you guys are going to all die. It was if I had breast cancer and I had to have chemo, losing my hair.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I mean, losing my hair, I went, oh no. But I had to make peace even with that.
Okay. See, and that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's like when we can really process the energy, right? Process the fears, right?
Yeah.
Make peace with, make peace with this. It's interesting because just this week I did some energy work with a person that was experiencing a lot of lack.
Mm-hmm.
So they have an apartment building that had a huge water leak, and they were concerned with the huge water bill, obviously, right? And couldn't find what the leak where the leak was at, and all of that. And then throughout the conversation, I heard the lack represented there. I heard it in other areas of, oh, and this and this and this and this. And that's when I said, okay, look at what you're saying. You're talking about a huge water leak, and water is emotion.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're talking about a house, and this is our house, and we live in our physical house, and the earth is our house. So where is the emotion leak happening?
The house in a dream is your mind, the
Right.
subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So energy leak in the subconscious mind, emotional leak in the subconscious mind.
Yeah. So I basically brought this out, and I
Wow.
said, where are you're concerning, and where is your consciousness thinking that you're going to run out?
Mm.
Where is the leak? Let's find the leak. And because if you find this leak, this can stop right now. And then all the other areas in your life, it's going to stop there too. And sure enough, we got to it. And he was able to get the leak resolved literally that day. And he says to me, he goes, "You're like Tony Robbins." He said, "You're totally like Tony Robbins, because this completely shifted my reality." He goes, "It probably saved me a ton of money." I said, "You saved a ton of money on your car insurance, the Geico commercial."
Yeah.
It's like, because where is your consciousness at? And again, the thoughts. And when we're talking about consciousness, that's what we're talking. We're talking about the mental body. And it was clearly symbolically showing up with the water, the emotion, right? The leak.
Yeah. I don't know what I was listening to the other day or reading, and maybe you sent me something about this. Oh, no, it was on the homepage of astro.com. I was doing a video teaching people about how to get their charts, and I came across this article about the symbology and how life is all about symbology. And, I'm always big on symbols. I'm always saying, the universe is magic and everything has meaning. But what you're saying is, take it even a step further and, look in, what is manifesting in your outer world. What does that mean? What is that relating to in your personal life? I love that.
And I mean, even just like in my inner circle, just this past week, I was really paying attention to the my relationships and what they were mirroring to me, hence Libra, right? Libra is the mirror, holding up the mirror. And what am I hearing back? What's being said back to me? What's the reflections like? What's showing up? How am I experiencing myself in these relationships and in these different things? So again, that is also a metaphor. And really showing up, is your inner garden, is your life, what it is that you're creating, is that harmoniously expressing itself? And of course, how are you responding to it? And what is showing up that you want to tweak, that you want to change, right? Because my gosh, like we said, this whole Pisces season, Jesus Christ,
water,
right?
water.
I mean, we have been like, oh my God, like seriously
drowning. Water.
It has been crazy, because not even knowing which way to walk, not even knowing which way to go. It's like, totally.
But it taught us to use our intuition, our inner compass, our inner guidance system.
I've got a beautiful mantra for everybody that I wrote this morning, and I'm putting this into my membership for tomorrow, because I wrote it out today, and I thought that this is a beautiful thing to share with everybody today. So, and it has to do with intuition.
Perfect. Let's hear it.
So, and then of course, everybody can write this down and use this for yourself.
You know what I'll do? After we're done today, I'll post that.
Perfect.
I'll take a picture of it and post it later.
I follow my spirit without hesitation. I follow my intuition and guidance, and I allow the flow of divine intelligence to sustain me. I am aligned with the flow, and I am supported in everything I do.
That's a great one.
I follow my spirit without hesitation. I follow my intuition and guidance, and I allow the flow of divine intelligence to sustain me. I am aligned with this flow, and I am supported in everything I do. Just feel that.
Mm.
I follow my spirit without hesitation. I follow my intuition and guidance, and I allow the flow of divine intelligence to sustain me. I am aligned with this flow, and I am supported in everything I do. That
That's awesome. I'm going to take a picture of that.
feel the energy of how that feels, right? Is, a mantra is a mantra until we make it real and we become the mantra, right, Janet? Until we become the mantra, until we become what it is that we are wishing to be, articulating to be, until it's the program that we're placing into the subconscious that one day will become automatic because you've spoken it so much. And I call it blueprinting your reality. And so speaking it at least 3 times and having it by your computer, having it on your phone, having it on your mirror in your bathroom, in your car,
on your laptop, right
wherever, and so that you can continuously keep speaking the mantra. Because what happens when we speak the mantra, when we're blueprinting this reality into our physical body holds the new earth and the new codes and the energy within. It's all within. This is where the cities of light and the cities of love and the new earth is born through our own physical bodies, all of us. And so we are programming the new earth into our physical bodies. That's the reason why I created my membership, so that I can be proactive in speaking these mantras into being, right? And speaking my new earth into being. So saying this until it becomes automatic for you, that is what it's about, because then your body is responding to that program that you've placed in, that's different than the program that you were raised by or conditioned by, right?
Yeah.
And that program was negative, right? Because our default has been resting in the negativity, in the subconscious negativity, because we weren't coming from the truth, the authentic organic truth. We were resting in, I'm not good enough, I'm separate, victim,
All
abandonment, betrayal, all of those we've been, conditioned by. So now that we have to reprogram the subconscious, and we have to install the new programs. We're the ones that are doing it. So taking the time every single day to rewrite the story of your life so that you can change that is a perfect way for me to lead into. Right now, we are in the spring equinox, and this is such a perfect time to plant new seeds. And in order to help you do that, I have a course that's called the Keeper of the Garden, because the Keeper of the Garden is you. Each person is listening to the promptings of their soul and writing the story of their life based on the energy that you want to put into it, the seeds that you want to plant, the gratitude, the prosperity, the abundance, the love. So I have a course, a 21-day audio e-course that's on my website for sale for $21. $1 a day, 10 minutes a day is going to help you to seed your ground, your fertile ground, the ground that we're in right now. That we're rewriting the story of our life. And if you're busy in your life and you don't have a lot of time, or if you feel like you don't have a lot of time and you're not actively seeding your garden, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're not fully present in taking the time that it takes to really fully seed the ground, the fertile ground of prosperity, of love, of gratitude, of what is important to you, your values, your freedom, your love, your prosperity that you're putting into your garden. And this course is 10 minutes a day, and it's an audio course, and also words. It's a PDF where people can read, and also it's a guided meditation that guides you into make contact with those energies every single day, right? So go to my website at korneliastephanie.com. there's a tab that says the keeper of the garden, and get that keeper of the garden for yourself and begin right now with this spring equinox to go.
Great time to do it.
Right?
Right. We're all planting our gardens, our literal gardens.
We are the keepers of the garden.
And
We're the caretakers of the earth. So being able to really assist you to where you don't have to think of this stuff. It's already guided there. All you need to do is just bring your energy to it. Like, what is it that you really want? Right.
Perfect.
So
I put up your website address, so people can probably just click on it, you know, and it'll take them there. But you also have to go to the keeper of the garden part of her website. So you'll see that in there.
And why don't you go there? Because there is actually on that page, there is a day one, a sample. So you can actually listen to the sample of what day one is like. And for the next 21 days, seed your garden with peace, gratitude, love, prosperity, through the guided meditation. That's all the good stuff that you want to create and manifest.
Yeah. Look at Camille says, wow, I basically added the intuition to my morning mantra today.
Wonderful.
So she's tapped in.
Totally tapped in.
I think a lot of people are tapped in. She also said earlier, some people don't realize that their dogmatic beliefs, their prayers are channeling negativity.
Yeah.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
So thanks, Camille, for sharing that information. So here we are, keeper of the garden, changing our beliefs, working with our thoughts, planting new seeds, all in alignment with this gateway we walked through yesterday. You all walked through it, by the way. There was nobody left behind. It might look like it. It might seem like it, that some people didn't get the memo or the email, but we're all on this trajectory to allow this change to take place.
But we have to choose. We have to choose, and we have to be active, you know, not to be passive aggressive, but to really be active in our creation, taking responsibility for our thoughts, for our emotions, for our creations, and creating these beautiful gardens exactly how we want to see the earth to be. You know, we're the ones that are doing it. So we need to be active in it, right?
No matter what it looks like out there. Because I'll tell you, last week was a tough week,
mm-hmm.
you know, with crazy things in
New
Zealand and, you know, something like that hits us viscerally, right? And then there's the blowback here in this country about white supremacy and all that. I mean, it's like you can't avoid the next step in those conversations, because it happens no matter where the shooting is. You know, it's about guns. Then it's about race and bias and all these kinds of things. Well, those are artifacts, right? Those are all artifacts of the old paradigm. And we are embracing this new one, right? So get on the bus.
Definitely
go to the new paradigm.
Get on the abundance train. Get on the abundance train. Get on the prosperity train. One of my little exercises that I love to do. Maybe we can do it together. Maybe we all can do it. So it's like it's an exercise that that if you find yourself going down the rabbit hole and how to take yourself out quickly, raise your vibration, right? So the same way that you were listening to your thoughts, where your thoughts were like, oh my gosh, what if what if this? So let's play the what if game.
What if game. Okay.
Let's play the what if game in the positive way. So like right now, let's all play what if in a positive way. What if?
Okay.
What if all your dreams that you have been hoping and wishing, what if they came true? What if, go ahead, give us a what if.
What if everyone began to love one another, embracing our differences as well as the things that make us alike? What if?
What if more and more and more people began receiving spontaneous healings? What if more and more people began receiving spontaneous healings? What if more and more miracles are being seen and being heard and being reported by the news. Right?
Would that be the fake news? Or
No,
would-
no, on the news, you know.
Would the true news, the what if. Hey, we could start a broadcast of what ifs.
Let's just keep going. What if, so everybody in here that's listening, give us your what if. What if what?
Yeah.
What if, tell
Type
us.
one in. Debbie,
Yeah.
Michelle, Camille.
Yep. Type one in. Like
anybody
what
else
if,
that's
what
listening?
if, like, what if, so I'll say this one is for me, because this is something that I would really like to have happen. One of the things I want to have happen is I want to inspire millions of people into inner peace. And that's why I created the Keeper of the Garden course, right? Because I said, hey, if I can inspire millions of people into inner peace, then that's going to help raise the vibration on the planet. And that's going to really, that's going to make the world a better place. So that means that if I can inspire millions of people into inner peace, that means that 1 million copies would have been sold of the Keeper of the Garden. And that means that I can donate $1 million to charities that I'm passionate about, that nonprofits that I'm passionate about, that different things that, that's going to support me to give out money the way that I want to give.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what if millions, what if the right influencer is going to see experience the Keeper of the Garden and say, I love that so much. Let's, right? Like, what if you lived in joy each day? The path to joy. What if you lived in joy each day?
Can you imagine? I wonder, there's always the 100th monkey, right? Like how many of us would have to live in joy each day to flip that whole paradigm? That's not very many.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's very many.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good one. What is your wish about your astrology channel?
That everybody know themselves.
That everybody knows themselves.
Debbie used mine.
Debbie used mine.
Camille, what if, I missed it. What if everyone could tune into their highest frequency simultaneously? What if that would be peace on earth?
What if you had enough?
Right. What if every child on this planet
was fed,
clothed, loved, educated, warm and dry and happy?
What if all of the women in the world were honored, valued, appreciated, and paid their value, paid their worth? All the places where that hasn't happened, like in other countries. What if all the women? What if it was all brought into balance now?
Wonderful.
Huh?
Wonderful, wonderful. Yesterday, I was interviewing Rosie Aronson in the morning, and she was talking about this group in Africa, of all places, called the Universal Love Alliance. And, that is a war-torn country. It is a country where there's genocide, sexual genocide as well. Like women are forced to be, I don't even know what they call it, their genitals cut out. It's a horrible, there's a horrible thing going on, and, disparity between religions, etc. So the Universal Love Alliance, they will seek out the people who are their enemies, if you will, and they will just stand in front of them and send them love.
Wow.
Right. It's all, even if they're, yelling at them for whatever differences they have, the Universal Love Alliance will stand there and hold the space for love until the other person can see that in themselves.
I've never heard of the Universal
It's in
Love
Uganda.
Alliance. Wow, that
Universal
is beautiful.
Love Alliance.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So what if we can change the world? If I could change the world.
What if spirit was served by all? Yeah. And then Michelle said, I was going to say that what if everyone chose to be happy and look for the good in every situation? And you know what? You said the key word, chose.
Yeah.
Chose, my email address is choose a happy life. Choose, because it's like we really have to choose. We have to choose to want to be happy. Like, a lot of people say they want peace, But are they really willing to do the work, the inner work to be the peace they want to see in the world, right? It's like, really, are you really willing to do it? You know?
That's a pretty profound question, because that means that you have to demonstrate peace in your own world,
Exactly.
in your own.
That's kind of like a lot to ask. It's kind of a lot to ask for, you know?
It is, but I think it's totally doable. But it's like anything else. You have to be conscious of what's going on in you, around you, so that you even have a choice. Because I guess you always have. What is that song by Rush? Even if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice, right? So we have to stay. Essentially, they're saying, be conscious of what it is that you're choosing.
Beautiful. That's what we are, the Universal Love Alliance. That's true. It's
what
true.
If love is all?
Yeah.
What if love is all? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. But we are the Universal Love Alliance, aren't we? That's why it's so important to not project negativity out into the world, but project love.
Do you remember the time that you had me get the words to the Love Boat song?
No. I don't remember I don't remember that.
Yeah, you had me. I found the lyrics online for you for the Love Boat song. The Love Boat. Blah 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 blah.
I love
blah,
that
blah.
song. I love Fantasy.
I know
I love Fantasy
love
Island.
Fantasy Island, right? So we're creating. What if we're creating our own fantasy island? Right? That our fantasy island is all of these things.
And you know what? And then we can go into something much more simple that, what if it doesn't have to be hard?
What if it was so easy and so filled with grace and so simple, and all you had to do was choose? What if choosing was just simple?
What if it's so easy? What if the problems that are keeping you up at night, or the challenges that you find yourself in, get miraculously taken care of? What if it, things like that? It's like, this is a way to every single day take some time and play the what if on your way driving to work, or you're going for a walk. And this is a lot of times what I do. I'm out in nature and I'm walking and I play the what if, and I talk out loud, and I talk to the birds and the grass and the rocks and the water. And I just love doing that. Love, magic, and what?
Love, magic, and true. Love Boat.
Love Boat.
Soon we'll be making another run.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, we don't need to quit my day job. That's singing.
No, because then what else would we do as far as astrology is concerned? That's your day job.
That's my day job.
Yeah.
At night I sing.
Yeah, you do.
I sing all the time. I have this new toy at my house now called Echo Dot. Echo Dot. I'm gonna ask Alexa when I get home. What is your what if, Alexa?
That's good.
I want to see what she says.
That's good.
She's pretty intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, what if? What is love is easier than hate? What if everyone could let go? What?
I mean, isn't this just a fantastic way to, doesn't it just already feel lighter?
Mm-hmm.
And just, even being in that energy, like as soon as I go into the imagination of the what if, it just right away, it just opens everything up. And that is actually the place where the magic can happen, because You're not resisting anything.
I mean, look at what Camille says. It takes more muscles to frown than to smile. Love is easier than hate. So why would we insist on frowning and hating?
Right. It's like you said today, you really enjoyed your day out today because so many people were just like
talking to me.
Yeah. And just loving communicating with you.
It was amazing.
So this is also part of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Trust. What if we could trust? What if we could trust?
Well, trust is, this is the energy that we all have to bring.
Mm-hmm.
So, the opposite of trust is betrayal.
What if we all showed up in our lives doing what we're passionate about?
That's good. What if we all showed up in the flow? What if we followed our spirit without hesitation and trusted the guidance and the intuition that is guiding us,
Mhm.
right, in building the new world? What if we trusted that divine intelligence is fully supporting and sustaining us? What if that?
What if that?
What if that, right? So there's so many things.
The world would be so different. I mean, literally, it would be different very quickly.
And see, and this whole thing with the what if is the same thing that happens when we follow the negative train of thought, when we're challenged and we're like, what if, you're thinking, oh my gosh, and oh my gosh, and oh my gosh, right? Yeah. This way, this is a very easy way to right away shift yourself out, no matter what you're thinking. Shift yourself out of that by thinking, what if this problem could be solved? What if this problem is solved? What if?
I mean, you can apply that to everything. Literally, when I was sitting in the doctor's office waiting for my appointment, I could have been like, what if this is just for me to meet this person, to say, hey,
Yeah.
could have been.
Yeah. What if all the right people find you and reach out to you?
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
What if?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What if we could save even one person from moving down into that rabbit hole?
Yeah. And I think we have accomplished that.
Probably.
We have absolutely accomplished that.
I think all of us have done that,
Yeah.
whether we knew it or not. But what if we saved more? And not that they need saving either. That's not my point. But
No.
what if we could impact more people to live their lives in joy?
Yeah. And I think the way that we can do that is by being that ourselves
Mhm.
and by being that universal alliance, that we are embodying that energy of trust. We are embodying that energy of intuition, of flow, of inner peace, of magnetizing all the goodness and the joy that we are. And we are projecting that energy out into the world. But it has to be authentic, right? Because
Mhm.
if you're not, then you're not going to be.
Yeah, it makes me think about something. I mean, this is really off the wall, but what if all of the people who lost loved ones in a shooting, or in this case in New Zealand, the shooter didn't die. I mean, he didn't kill himself. What if they all surrounded him with love?
That's what's really happening for him anyway on the higher planes.
On the higher planes, maybe.
But that is because it's
that's an amazing thought, right? To take your enemy, I mean, and someone who's done something that dastardly or that what we perceive as so horrible, but instead of sending him hate and loathing, sending him love and
forgiveness. Yeah. Because isn't that what we've talked about this before? Isn't that what Christ would do? And isn't that what God would do?
It's what all of the ascended masters would
That's why
say.
I said in the other higher dimensions, that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we are literally living heaven on earth. We are living beyond the veil. We are the ones that we've been waiting for to ground this energy in. Nobody else is going to do it. It's we have to be the ones that are doing it. And it's like it's hard to accept that level of responsibility for all.
Yeah. Response.
But it's true. It's what if everyone thought that? Wow.
Well, I could tell you that all the problems and issues would be a thing of the past. But I guess part of living here on this planet is that we're moving through these issues, right? That we still have these things that happen that call our attention to where it is that we're still not 100% in the divine, in the love, in the flow, in the whatever.
Yeah.
Reminders.
Yeah.
To be more loving. To be more generous, to be more kind, to be more accepting, to be more forgiving,
to be more compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it all starts within.
Mm-hmm.
It all starts at home. It starts in the physical body. It starts here. It all starts within. And then, you're bringing your environment to the earth, right?
To the outer world.
Yeah. And so it's how we can create that ripple effect in a positive way. And That's what if it's easier than we thought? What if it's easier than we thought? what if we all lived in the now? I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most people, they either are in the future or in the past, right?
We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience.
Yes.
And the earth can be so beautiful. I mean, the crocus are blooming in my front yard now.
Oh my gosh, you were talking about the daffodils that were
Yeah,
just
last week I drove here to Cornelia's house, and there was this field of daffodils, but it was brown, right? Or they weren't even thinking about opening. I drove by there today, and they're yellow. The whole field is just yellow.
pretty soon we're going to have the tulips. It's going to be fun to see all the
Yeah,
colors.
this part of the country, we have the tulip festival, and the tulip. I mean, the Skagit Valley is like the second largest provider of tulip bulbs in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
And so every year between March and April, depending on what Mother Nature has done, we have these beautiful fields of flowers, and it's so inspiring to see them. And it always starts with the daffodils and then moves to the tulips. But the tulips are probably going to be a little bit late. We had a lot of cold weather, but I couldn't believe the difference in just that 1 week.
Yeah, it goes quick. I've seen it because, it's close here.
Yeah.
So I've been watching this
Yeah.
happen over the last few years,
Yeah.
just how quick it can change. It's like, wow.
Which means how quick can you change, right? How quick can we change
Yeah.
ourselves?
And I think it's really beautiful what we did today, this organic flow that we were doing,
Mhm.
and how we, moved into this vibration and grounded in these new energies, this, energy of hope, of compassion, of love, of forgiveness, all the beautiful ways that we are seeding and grounding the new earth into being through the energy that we're putting into it. And then, of course, as a group collective, that we're here together as this group that is doing it together. And I appreciate
Mhm.
very much everybody that engages and responds back, because
I'm going to title this video "What If."
oh, good.
When I put it up on
What
YouTube,
if
it's gonna
all-
be,
yeah,
what if?
yeah.
What if?
Yeah. What if? Yeah. What if?
Fill in the blank. Blank, 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 or dot, dot, dot.
Yeah.
Dot,
It-
dot, dots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if? Okay, so we are only 4 minutes to 5 now. So let's see what's up. You talked about your garden. What's it called? Keeper of the garden.
Yep.
We talked about the if you guys were not here in the early part of the video, we had the link up for you to go to our YouTube channel and like, share,
and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Go to CorneliaStephanie.com. Purchase the Keeper of the Garden on the Keeper of the Garden tab. 21 days to inner peace and manifesting, seeding the fertile ground
Mhm.
that you're walking on, that you're creating your own inner garden, and make it according to how you want to live. And that is how we're serving the earth.
Spectacular. So next Thursday, we'll be right here on the Ascension and Astrology channel. Cornelia, do you want to read your mantra one last time for everyone? And then I will post that here on the Ascension and Astrology page for everyone to print.
I follow my spirit without hesitation. I follow my intuition and guidance, and I allow the flow of divine intelligence to sustain me. I am aligned with the flow, and I'm supported in everything I do. So speaking this, blueprinting this into your physical body construct, speak it out loud so that your body can hear you, that your cells can hear you, that the universe can hear your command, that the universe can hear what it is that you're creating into being. Speak this out at least 3 times and say it often. Yeah.
And enjoy your what ifs.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Mwah. Much
Wonderful.
love to you all.
Happy spring.
Happy
Happy
spring.
New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy spring. Happy sunny days. Happy what ifing.
See you.
See you next week.